Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Gary Green, and I'll be starting my show today. Real niggas back in style. First and foremost, I'd like to say it's a blessing to be alive today. Um, rest in peace to those we've lost on the way. And let's do it. All right, so basically what I got to talk about today is we have three topics. It's basically about, people being real with themselves and giving back to their community in a different way rather than the normal ways we've been doing. So my first topic is what it means to be real. And basically to me, being real is, being 100% honest with yourself and others that are close to you, you know what I'm saying, about any situation. And it's being real with yourself when it comes to, work, when it comes to regular life. Like, everybody isn't blessed to have, as a kid growing up, everybody wasn't blessed to have the super designer things or, the top shelf, whatever. You know what I mean? Some people have to wear the regular shoes. That's what they're made for. You know what I mean? Some people have to get their shoes from Payless at this time in their life. Excuse me. But what people need to understand is being real is staying true to yourself and understanding, hey, maybe it's not my time in my life to have these things, or maybe I need to work harder. You know what I mean? And that's not to say go do something stupid for some materialistic things, but maybe if you be real with yourself, you can realign yourself into making yourself work harder and pushing yourself instead of being mad at that person. Figure out what they're doing. If they're an adult, if they're a kid, then there's really no control you can have over it. But I say that to say the key is to stay true to yourself and don't be a follower. Just because somebody else is doing something, you could be the one person who stands out. You know what I mean? Nowadays, we're in 2016. It's like since social media has been really taking off and really bumping, it's like everybody copy each other's now. And I ain't talking about the dances and different situations like that because that's been going on. Dances, none of that stuff is new. But what I mean is when we get to talking about the slangs, the clothes, even what people are saying as far as, it's just all the same. It's all the same. It's like, really? Is that what we're watching? Everybody's watching the reruns. Nobody wants to be original. And it's rubbing off on the kids because now the kids in school these days, oh, such and such did this. You know what I mean? It's like, well, why can't you do it another way? Why can't you do it the way you showed me and stand out? Maybe yours will be that difference maker. You know what I mean? If everybody coming in with the same thing and the projects all look the same, how you know that project's getting an A? Just because it's good to you. You know what I mean? So that takes me to my point of being real with yourself and accepting and accepting the situations that you put yourself in or that you have to deal with in life. Don't be quick to judge or quick to follow other people just because they're in a better position. Don't be quick to think that just because they're beating you now that they're going to beat you forever. Because one thing about life is definitely a marathon. And everybody wants everything quick nowadays, and they don't understand that it's a marathon. Somebody can have $1 million tomorrow. I mean, we've seen this stuff go on numerous times. Somebody can have $1 million tomorrow, and in a week, they be trying to figure out where they spent this money. Like, seriously, you look up some of the lottery people, that's one. Some people who just, lucked up in certain situations. and gotten this money, but didn't know what to do with it. Didn't put God first and realize, hey, let me invest. Let me pray on it. Let me, think about what I'm gonna do. But here you got the person who don't have no money. They just still was in positions, and they're getting envious and jealous, not even realize how many problems you just inherited with that money. You know what I mean? And not even realizing, hey, it's not about how much you got today. It's about how much you work hard, how hard you're gonna work, and what goals you're gonna set for yourself to give yourself a goal to reach, to accomplish. You know what I mean? It's. I think that I'm just one of those people who naturally I don't get excited about too much. I don't get impressed by too much. Like I would be out and, as a kid, I'm out in New Orleans and I see Vince Carter just walking regular dude in the mall, and me and my friend was together, and my friend didn't really see him, but I looked him dead in his eye, and I was like, that's Vince Carter, what's up? And he was like, what's up? And I kept walking. My friend turned around like, Vince Carter? I was like, yeah, right there. And my homeboy was like, bro, you act like you see Vince Carter every day. You're not excited. And my thing to him was, it's not that. I'm excited, but I'm not just about to go crazy because another human just walked past me and I see him on TV. Like, what is he doing that that I need to just go crazy because he's a basketball player? He's still a human being. He's a regular person like me. So I don't really get impressed by much. I'm not really, in clubs we see rappers and different people like that, celebrities. I'm not really focused on their pockets. If I focus on their pockets and what they're doing, then that's less time I got to do, or less time I get to focus and think about what it is I want to do in my pockets. And that's just how I feel about that first topic, being real. You got to be real with yourself and stop all this, you ain't real. Well, yeah, I'm going to say people. People need to stop this. Oh, you ain't real because you ain't go punch him in the face, or you ain't real because this and that. Sometimes it's easier to just punch somebody in the face. That's actually the easier route. You know what I mean? If you really want to be real with the young guys, that's the easier route to just flash out. It's harder to think about it. It's harder to, okay, I ain't going to do this right here with different place, wrong place, wrong time. You know what I mean? So the peer pressure is real out here because the kids are all being followers. But if I could tell them one thing, that would be, any mistake or any choice you make it because you want to make it. Don't be a follower. Be real with yourself. Is this even something you want to do? Is it something you like to do? Is it your idea? What are you getting out of it? Are you getting pros or are they cons? Because if you know that it's a chance, and you're sitting back being real with yourself, I ain't going to go to this party because I know these people don't have drugs and stuff there and just mess. Then you shouldn't go, but you listen to your homeboy and he's like, man, it ain't going to be that. But once you get there and anything go down, then you just have to say, hey, you know what, I accept it. I accept it. I shouldn't even came, but I came and this is what happened. And that's just being, it's called maturity, but it's being real with yourself. You know what I mean? And that takes me to my next topic. My next topic is one that I think a lot of people are missing, and that's the topic on knowledge. And if anybody want to call in, you can ask some questions or just talk. But it's knowledge, and as I've gotten older and went through different things in my life, I realized knowledge is really the key. And when I say that, I'm not referring to just book smart. It's always good to read books, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is knowledge is key because if you take whatever talent or interest you have and get the most information, get the most knowledge about what you're doing, and you're very passionate about it, it's really no way you can fail. And if you do, then you know you tried your best. But what I see nowadays is a lot of kids that, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do this, or I want to play this. And it's like, well, did you even ask somebody about it? Have you even seen how it's really played? Got the rules, explained to you? Oh, no, I just want to do it. So then when they go out there and they're not hip to basically what's going on in the flow of things, in this sport, then they tend to be timid. That's when us as people, we start to second guess ourselves. We really don't know. So it's like, I'm out here, but I kind of don't know what my next move should be. So you're thinking about everything. You can't just flow like a natural person is supposed to when they have that knowledge and they have the information for whatever it is that they have talent or they're interested in. And we got to think about that on a bigger scale. Because if we keep making these kids think, oh, knowledge is all about books. No, man, knowledge gets you paid. You can't work at a job if you don't have knowledge upon what you're doing. And if you don't have knowledge about it in depth, then it's only a matter of time that'll be exposed. You know what I mean? You're going to get trained, but, hey, why not? Okay, I'm gonna go in here and they need a new cashier at this store. Well, why not walk in that store, and you turn your application in to see where they have things. See how they're restocking their shelves, see how stuff is flowing. How many people do they have working there? What are their policies? You know what I mean? What are any cons about this company? What are the pros? Now when they call you in for an interview, you can say little things to where they know, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. Or this woman knows what she's talking about. She has knowledge about the company. She already knows how we stock our shelves. This is great. We don't have to teach them as much. We still have to teach them, but they have some kind of sense. They have some kind of knowledge. And that shows you that your effort in just seeking knowledge, extra knowledge. And that's upon anything you embark on in life. Any questions you have, you're having conversations with people and they bring up different things that you don't know about. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel bad or, feel stupid because someone else knows something that you don't know. You don't have to be nervous about it. You ask the question. Hey, what is this? Or you write it down. What is that word you just said? What is that procedure you said? What is that thing you said? Because I need to look that up because I don't know much about that and I want to. Once you start doing that type of stuff, you'll see your stuff, it becomes a pattern. You know what I mean? You'll do that with everything to the point where you're going to know what you're talking about. You're going to know what you're getting yourself into before you actually get into it. And that's what I mean about seeking knowledge. Knowledge is really the key. You want to be knowledgeable about anything. Even Christian, you have to read the Bible. You have to study for what? To get the knowledge of the Word. So you could continue to walk in faith, and when different obstacles come upon you, you have the what? The answer, because you already have the knowledge. Same thing with school. We seek the knowledge, right? They teach us at school, but you go home and do homework. You still need to gain that extra knowledge. Because now you come to school, you pass the test. We know he's done some stuff. If you don't know it, you seek it. If you want it, if this is a future job you want as a kid, if I could talk to any young boy right now, and he's 13, 14, about to embark on that high school life, you know what I mean, where he's really going to have to start making decisions about what he's doing. Man, be knowledgeable. You want to know what popping pills do? Look it up. If you want to know what smoking weed do? Look it up. Ask people who've done it. Don't just go do it because your friend's saying, hey, man, it's not going to do nothing to you. My people do it all the time. You know what I mean? People get a lot of stuff misconstrued. Like, I went to a prep school, a Catholic school, from 8th, 9th, 8th and 9th grade. And, parents think there's a lot of drugs in the regular public schools and the black schools. We're talking about school we had to pay to go to, so you know these boys got money. Okay, so we got white boys, we got majority white boys and some black boys. That's where I saw my first drugs at. It wasn't in the hood. It wasn't, just being out and about. It was at school. These dudes was bringing pills and powder and stuff. This was in '05. You know what I mean? Now, granted, that wasn't my interest, so I didn't look it up. But I, asked my brother about it, asked different people about it, and it just showed me now that that's nothing you want to be around, kids. You know what I mean? Because this is what can happen. You get in trouble at school, you get expelled. That's on you for life. That's a bad, that's not really a good look. Not only that, you don't even plan on doing the drugs. So what are you even around them for? That's not even your style. You're an athlete. You know what I mean? It's just about understanding that everything isn't for you, and that's why I say knowledge is key. Because knowledge is everything you learn. That's having some type of knowledge. If it's plumbing the bathroom, you have knowledge and expertise on plumbing that bathroom. Why not be the best at it? Why not be the best plumber in the city to where people are like, man, this dude really knows what he's talking about. I can call his phone and he can tell me what's wrong with my toilet because you seek the knowledge, you study. That goes from, I think about this from kids all the way to adults. It's never too late to keep learning stuff. I talk to some people and they, I'm just tired. I've been this and this all my life. It's like, so what you want to do? Tap out? Because I got about 5 to 10 close friends and relatives who passed away who will gladly, tap you out to tap themselves back in. So if you want to quit, no, how about this? How about what you're doing is wearing you out? You've been doing it for 20 years. How about you go take this college course during the summer and get you some more expertise, some more knowledge, so you can do what? Do something new. Take it somewhere else. Learn a new language. You know what I mean? Learn something. These colleges and these schools and these big cities, you don't always have to go there for college. You can go there and take a business course. You know what I mean? You can go there and do different things just to learn. And that's what I mean about knowledge. It can pay your bills at the end of the day. What's going on, X? My nephew just walked in the house. Hold on, I'm on the phone. I'm on a radio show. But, so knowledge is power. Knowledge is the key to solving multiple issues. We can even take it as far as knowledge on what you eat, knowledge on the things you put in your body. If you know that, okay, high blood pressure runs in my family, hypothetically, it's hereditary, or diabetes, then why keep drinking sodas, every day? Everything is good in moderation. We were not put here to just consume all these things however we want to. You got to have discipline in every walk of life. Excuse me. But if you know you have a chance for these sicknesses or these health issues, then why even put yourself in that position? Because something tastes good? Let's do some research on some of this stuff that tastes good. Some of the stuff that has been enhanced, some of the stuff that has been tampered with. You know what I'm saying? We put so much trust in man now, it's almost handicapping us. And now where they're taking stuff is more internet and more techy now. So what they want you to do now is they want you to depend on that. They want you to depend on them for food, water. But you got to understand, once you start seeking that knowledge and being more conscious of what's going on, okay, that ain't everything that look good ain't good for you. You know what I mean? That's not really good for me. I figured out, hey, when you eat red sauce, it makes your chest burn. Well, guess what? I don't eat red sauce. Red sauce ain't for me. It's going to make my chest burn because I don't want my chest to burn. You know what I mean? Well, eating all the meat and stuff that I was doing and all this, I felt sluggish. I felt lazy. And that's just me personally. Well, then I need to cut that out. and I feel way better now. But it came from me seeking my own knowledge. People could tell me all day. I have friends who was, vegans or trying to be vegetarians, and they could tell you all day. But until you spend your own time, because that's what it takes to invest. Now, every investment ain't money. Actually, the most important investment is the time to initiate what you're going to do with whatever investment or whatever thing you're interested in. But you spend that time and invest your time into seeking the knowledge for what you want to know in life, what you want to teach other people in life. Just because Joe Blow told you that the sky is blue and the world is flat, did you believe it? No, you go look it up. You go look it up and you take it for what it really is. You know what I mean? And this has to trickle down. We have to be teaching these kids this stuff. Don't just listen to what mama say. Don't just listen to what daddy say. Listen, take heed to it. Now go look it up. Go see if that's really what it is. You know what I mean? Because parents could be taught wrong too. We all been bamboozled from the jump. I mean, just looking at the history books, we can tell that. But we have to get to the point where real niggas is back in style, and I'm not talking about the ignorant or the black term. I'm talking about kings. I'm talking about smart-minded, beautiful minds, deep brains, hard-working kings that are going to really take the time, not really too much time, but really take their time with their loved ones and the kids they have in their life to show them skills, you know what I mean? Because once you got the kids to already seek their knowledge, now it's about giving back more skills. Okay, he's going to look up what I'm telling him. So look, check this out. I'm going to teach you some things that I want you to teach your kids, and I want your kids to teach their kids. I know how to grow crops, so I'm going to teach you how to grow crops. And man, we don't need to go to the store and buy all this. We can grow some of this right here in this little corner of our yard. You know what I mean? That little thing that you just taught that kid or that young man, you just taught him how to supply his own self with food. This is something he can learn, he can get deeper into. You know what I mean? Not only is it a health, benefiting, but it's pocket benefiting. It's smart. I mean, we're here to do our part. If everyone in the world did their one part, then as a whole, we would be great. But we have people who are dependent on systems to help them through, and it's like, we need to teach these boys how to grow crops, how to build things, how to play chess. We have to give back skills that are going to be passed down from the elders. You know what I mean? That's some of the things that I would like, as a kid, if I grew up, my dad, just certain things I could have learned, how to hunt, how to skin a deer, you know what I'm saying? And I think when we start getting back to that, where guys who are mentoring kids, are teaching them more skills instead of just telling them what to do. I can tell my nephew, hey, don't grab this all day. But if in his mind you want to grab it, he's going to grab it. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with kids, that you're mentoring and that you're talking to. It's like you can tell them anything you want to tell them. But if you're not showing them or teaching them something and making them understand that, hey, knowledge is the key. Knowledge is going to get you paid. You seek the knowledge on anything you love, it is going to get you paid. So first you got to be a real person with yourself and understand and take fault and blame and praise for everything you do, And then the kid has to understand that knowledge will get you paid. Knowledge is what gets you paid. Information is the key. There's really nothing today that somebody can do better than you, if you seek the right information, because we all have access to it. We have access to this thing called the internet, and it has opened us up to so many things. I mean, the kids are even growing faster these days because of the internet, what they see, what they're watching. You know what I mean? So that knowledge can get you paid, man. Like, it can literally take you from not making nothing to, hey, you know how to do this? I put on my resume, I had knowledge and real estate experience. but I was applying for a whole nother job. I ended up getting 2 jobs from the same person because he seen that on my resume. He wanted to meet. And that's the type of things that, we got to make these kids realize, and at the same time that, I can tell you how to do things. I can tell you how to react to situations, but until you're in that situation and I'm not there, and then I don't know how you're going to react. Okay? I don't, because you can't control it. And these kids are human. They flash out. I want to flash out sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell the kids that I know and my little cousins and stuff like, don't do this, because I know, sometimes I wanted to do that. You know what I mean? I could tell you that all day, but I'm gonna teach you something, man. Let's go learn something. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. I'm gonna teach you a skill that you realize, hey, I can use this. And what is that gonna do? That you can use it to make money, to be around your peers and have fun. If I can teach you how to hustle the right way, the bad way is gonna always be there. That's about a choice. That's not about, because you're going to learn whatever you want to learn. You know what I mean? That bad way is going to be there, so it's about a choice. But if I can show you this good way and show you that there's money in the being smart and whatever you want to be smart in, I ain't talking about just mathematics, English, and school. I'm talking about period. If you're a Subway sandwich maker, you be the best. You learn how to cut the bread the fastest, etc. You know what I mean? Because that's really the responsibility we have as a human race. That's the responsibility we have as a human race, is to give back, to do our part. And if I can teach, one child how to farm, and he can teach his 2 children how to farm, and they can teach their 3 children. Man, after a while, we're going to have people who are generating one income, creating their own food, and being healthier. You're winning right there. And that's all of just in giving back, man. So the 3 topics that, I really want to stick with people is what it is to be real. Don't get screwed or confused about what these people are telling you that's real. And, do things for yourself and be real to yourself before you try to be real to anybody else. The second is knowledge is really the key. Knowledge upon life and knowledge and expertise of what you're interested in can be the very key to get you paid and take you out of bad situations. And then last, the real niggas got to stand up and start giving back more than just advice, with skills and training. You know what I mean? That's all for my show today, man. I had a good time just, giving you guys a piece of my mind and talking to you all. So have a great, great Saturday. I want to say rest in peace to Zed. On this call, check out A to Z's website, order Miss Worth book. Love you guys. Have a good one.